You guys are going to want to listen to this one.
Welcome back to Unapologetically Unfiltered. We just spoke all about the reality of dating in your 30s, but we kind of forgot some of the nitty-gritty details, the dirty details. So you're going to want to listen to this. This is the real unfiltered info.
This is the details that no one wants to talk about.
But we're going to.
Including men and women. I think it's more women, but...
So, Georgia, tell me about your stance on shitting.
Oh my God, I cannot. I cannot. This is one of those things, and I've spoken to all of my girlfriends about it. I have the biggest issue with going to the toilet when I first start dating someone.
Mm-hmm.
And
I can relate.
You know, it's meant to be all like romantic and sexy times at the start of the relationship. And then there's me with this anxiety about, oh my God, where am I going to go to the toilet? How am I going to go to the toilet? Where is the toilet in their house? And especially when you stay over, it's so awkward.
And yeah, how does this manifest? Because I'm quite open about a lot of things, but from my perspective, as far as men are concerned, I do not have an asshole. I do not want to talk about shit. I do not want to be shitting. I don't want them to think I'm shitting. I don't want to know about their shit. No shit talk.
There's no farts. There's no shitting.
No.
We just smell like roses all the time.
That's right.
I say.
Exactly. So how does this manifest for you when you're dating?
Oh, this is really tough for me. It's like I have to kind of plan out my schedule of going to the toilet.
Which is hard when you're anxious.
Yes, it is. It makes you not want to go even more.
And men just seem to be very regular, whereas women are like, I don't know when I'm going to shit.
Can our male listeners just tell us, are you guys okay with this? Is this honestly okay? Because from a female perspective, this is traumatizing for me. I have a story for you.
Tell me.
I was dating this gentleman and we were seeing each other for a bit, and we had been at this food festival. You know, we'd been eating a lot of food and this and that, and it was actually really heavy food too. Mm-hmm. And I actually went, I stayed at his house that night, and it was his room. And he shared one wall with the toilet. So it was paper thin. And then his brother's room was down the hall. And it got to 2:00 in the morning, and I woke up and I was like, oh my God, I do not feel well. And you know what it's going to be like. It's going to be an explosion. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my God, I cannot. I can't do this. I need to leave. So I ordered an Uber whilst he was sleeping, and and he woke up as I was leaving, and I was like, oh God, what am I going to say to him? And he turned around to me and he's like, are you okay? And I was like, oh, I'm not feeling too well. And he's like, what's wrong? And I was like, oh, I've just got I just feel really sick in the stomach. I obviously didn't want to say I needed to take a shit. I just started seeing him. It was really awkward. And then he said, do you want me to take you to the hospital?
Oh, what a gentleman.
And I was like, oh my God, this is going from bad to worse. Excuse me, I need to go to the hospital to do a poo. I cannot. And I said, no. I need to go home and I need to be in my own environment. And I still don't think he just didn't get it. Anyway, I left abruptly.
Yes.
And then he called me the next day, and he's like, and he actually asked me the next day, he's like, are you married?
Oh, the poor thing.
I know. And I had to admit to him that I needed to go to the toilet to shit.
Dead.
I know. And I was like, this poor man thinks I'm married because I had to escape off during the night, when reality is I just really needed to go to the toilet.
Yeah. So I've got the opposite issue because I have quite a sensitive digestive system where sometimes it's not going to happen. And sometimes, like, if I need to shit, I need to shit, and I don't care where I am. However, like, I care if I'm with men, but I need to do it. So
It needs to be done.
I can't wait for 3 hours till I've been home.
Yeah.
So there's been many a time where I remember I had a guy, I was living in Bali, I was living in a villa, and the same thing. There was a ensuite attached to my room in the villa, and he was in the room in the bed, and it was daytime, and I just couldn't go into the bathroom to poo. So I had to excuse myself to go and get some drinks, some coffees or whatever from the cafe up the road. And they were like, I walked in and I was like, asked in Indonesian, can I use the bathroom please? And they were like, well, no, only if you buy drinks. And I was like, whatever, I'll buy some drinks. I just need to go to the toilet.
You're like sweating it
Yeah,
up.
I'm sweating up.
And you're like,
Oh
just
my
let
God.
me use the toilet.
Horrible. So yeah, that's what happens with me. But otherwise, I will just find like a hotel lobby or a gym toilet, or I don't need to be in my own space, which is good. But when when I need to shit, it's got to happen.
Yeah, I feel like also men need to break in that awkward conversation. Like, I feel like they need to break it in and need to kind of like fart or do something. Or
Oh my
make
God,
it
but I
funny.
never want to hear them fart.
I'll make it funny. So then it's like, it's not as awkward. But mind you, if you stay at a hotel room, you know, you can always go down to the lobby, girls, or the gym.
Yeah,
that's
always my trick. Yeah.
Is a good one. But yeah, just initially when you're like first started dating someone, it's so awkward. I cannot.
And what about periods? I think probably we're getting better. I mean, I know women are very good at talking about their periods anyway, and periods are different for everybody in the way that we suffer through them. But men are still a bit like, I can't talk about that.
Yeah, I really question why it's
So taboo.
it's so taboo, and maybe it's the generation of men that, you know, we are now dating.
Yeah.
That it's not taught in schools. Like, I wonder, is it actually taught in schools now? I'm not quite sure.
I think they get, you know, a basic anatomy tour, like this is a uterus, here's some ovaries. If you fertilize the ovaries, she's going to get pregnant. But probably not so much about periods and cycles and thrush and all this sort of stuff. Like,
yeah, because, you know, I do know that in some other countries they were talking about bringing in leave for periods, which I think is amazing.
Fabulous.
Like,
because you and I are both like sufferers of heavy periods.
yes,
and, you know, we think we're going to die.
Yeah, I have like one period, it's like really bad, and then like I have another one, it's okay. So it kind of goes between the two.
I have one every about like 8 months where I think I'm going to die.
Yeah.
You know, like fainting, all that sort of stuff. But men are
educated on
funny
it.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem to kind of be okay with tampons and whatnot. Although, like,
No, didn't they do? I seen a reel about talking about tampons and how long should a woman leave it in for and this and that, and the guys were like, I don't know, you just like put another one in there. Once she's already got one in there, and I was like, what? Like, and you know, I've even had ex-partners before that are like, yeah, does that go in there? And like, like, what does it do? And does it stay in there? Like, why aren't men educated on this?
and they don't. The only time they really talk about periods is if they're throwing it in your face, like, are you about to get your period? Is this why you're moody? Which I fucking hate.
Yes.
I'll
Meanwhile, we're going on like a hormonal roller coaster every month. Like, you know, they say women's hormones are basically always like we're up and down, whereas men just kind of stay the same for the
motherfuckers,
entire month. But
they seem to be concerned about periods when it comes to sex, though.
oh yes, oh yes, they want to know when the period is finishing.
Most of them, to be honest, now most of them, especially older men, are not that perturbed by a period, like the sex. They just will get on with it unless you're in pain.
Yes.
I think, I mean, I've been with two of my ex-partners. I mean, one was actually quite shocked when he saw blood after sex.
It was the murder scene.
A bit of a pool of blood.
It was a murder scene.
And then another one's been like, you know, it's okay. But I think when they're horny, they're just like, I don't care.
Yeah, they're
Fuck it.
animals.
Yeah, they're animals in the end, which is weird that they can't understand periods and blood because it's fucking very animalistic.
I think in my 20s, I wouldn't have told really like my boyfriends about it. I would have probably downplayed it, whereas I think the times are changing.
Yeah, I
now,
agree.
and I feel like men should know like
agree.
what we go through and the hormonal roller coaster, and not only that, the craving of like certain foods and chocolate, and being emotionally like upset and
Yeah.
bloated and in pain. So I feel like they should all know how this all works.
Yeah, quite frankly, I'm not holding back on the period chat anymore. I refuse to. And I can't if I'm going to be with somebody because they need to, because, I can faint, I can vomit, whatever else can happen. Actually, when I went on Stranded, my
Yes.
mum said, like, one of the last things she said to me before I left, is like, well, I hope you like your husband. Also, make sure you tell him about your periods,
Yes.
because it's just so big.
Yeah.
And you need to have a partner that's going to be supportive and not going to be like funny about it. If you are,
Yeah.
on the floor, can't move, need a hot water
Yes.
bottle,
Well,
can't
that's
get out
what-
of bed.
I think it has in the past, it has been downplayed so much that I'm glad women are finally speaking up about it, and we're saying like we are not okay, like
Yeah.
and I even know for me with flying, it's just I always seem to get my period on that day that I am flying. And like the pressure, because when you're up in the air, like your body is constantly expanding. So the pressure plus the period pain, it is unbearable. And, you are expected to show up at work every month and to give like every week, sorry. And, give your best. And, there you are sitting there like suffering in pain.
Yeah,
It's hard.
I get quite distended. Like my stomach gets actually quite visibly bloated when I have my period. And now even with my male friends, like even in Bali and at Obsidian, I've seen some of my male mates and they're like, what's wrong with you? And I'll be like, I've got my period. And I'll make them pat my
Yeah.
stomach because I'm walking around like rubbing my stomach, trying to get on with it.
Yeah.
But you're so physically, and we think it's very obvious, like very noticeable, that we look different because we feel so different. But yeah, now I just tell them, I'm like, because I have my period and I feel like
They have
a
to
dropped
know.
pie.
Yeah. They have to know, and I think it's really good for men to know what we go through each month.
Agree. And on the note of periods, we may as well raise this because you and I set a challenge to each other because we had a few little whoopsies, which are not good.
Yes.
And I'm bringing this up because I want to just really make an example of the fact that this is not okay for women or men to be doing.
Yes.
And it is the morning after pill.
Yes. And can we also touch on the topic that men do not want to wear condoms?
Yeah.
Can we also talk about
Animals.
this?
Well, this is the funny thing, right? Because men think it's so, they're just like, oh, but I don't want to wear a condom because it doesn't feel great. But you know how groundbreaking that is? Like a condom doesn't feel great for me either. Like imagine having a plastic bag inside your vagina. Because they're like, imagine having a plastic bag on your dick. Imagine having a plastic bag in your vagina.
Yeah, correct.
Like we don't love it either, champ.
No.
But-
But yeah, like what it saves you from is, is much better than, just the feeling for them.
So they get 7 seconds of ecstasy from coming inside you, blowing the load inside you. And we get, at the time you're like, okay, I'll go sort it out, whatever. But then the reality sinks in. You got to go and buy the map. If you're in Australia, it's $40 or something.
The morning after pill. So
Sorry,
we call
the
it
morning
the
after
map.
pill, yes.
Yeah. And it's, it's not only the walk of shame going into the pharmacy and buying it, but, can we also talk about, the men, have they offered to come with you and buy it?
Yes. I mean, I've had several arguments about this. I believe that if a man has made that mistake with you. I think sex is 50% your responsibility, 50%
Yes.
a man's responsibility. And the right thing for him to do
Yeah.
is either get it for you or take you to get it.
Correct.
And I'm not impressed if a man doesn't do that.
Yeah.
But because the thing is for women, you know, it disrupts your, it
Hormonal
basically,
balance.
yeah, it basically tells the brain to stop the release of the ovary. So it interrupts your menstrual cycle, and it makes it completely artificial. And that means that there's a whole lot of side effects for us. The body thinks, well, am I getting my period or am I not? Sorry, the brain thinks that. So many hormonal changes, but the body's not doing it. So they're
Yeah.
not working together anymore. And it really throws you out.
It throws you out emotionally. It throws your whole cycle out. Yet I find men are like, oh, we'll just take the pill. And I think it's because they haven't ever taken it.
Well,
you know?
solution.
Yes, and it's a solution, and it's kind of, they're like, oh, well, I've done my part, yet they don't know what it's like if you take it. It's awful.
Yeah, and I'm guilty of this too because I'm like, oh, well, I'll just sort it out, solution based. I'll get the morning after pill. But I'm horrible when I've had the MAP.
Yeah, I'm the same. It's awful.
I'm moody, like I'm quite sad, and then I'm very angry.
Yes. Don't want to see Jess angry.
No, and it's not good for your body. So.
It is so not good for your body. And can we just, say that like men, they just think that, that is just the solution when
It's just a pill, yeah.
Yeah, when it's not. Like the solution is them bagging it up.
Bag it up, boys. So, yes, we need more condoms, no morning after pill. So we actually went on a challenge together and it was no morning after pill, no pregnancy scare
Yes.
per month.
Yes.
And I think I failed one and I think you failed one.
Yes.
So we're even. We owe each other light martinis.
Yes, we do. We certainly do.
So that's the MAP, vagina periods, MAP, shitting, condoms.
Yes. So we hope that we've covered all the nitty gritty for you guys and, talking about all the topics unfiltered that you guys, don't want to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to hear. Yeah, we definitely want to hear any feedback about these topics because I know there's a lot to be said.
Yes, please.
I haven't even said the T word yet. THRUSH.
Oh, yes. But, drop in our comments below and, let us know what you guys think of what we've spoken about today.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes, and give us a little follow on Insta.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.